How is everybody doing? Welcome back. Kicking it with Kaz, episode 65. Your mom's doing OnlyFans live and I'm subscribed. How are you doing today? Yesterday was Monday for me and I just watched TCU. If you don't know, watch college football, but TCU is a college national championship. TCU got absolutely funneled. I don't even know if that's the correct word, if that's the correct verbiage, but TCU, the Horned Frogs, they got embarrassed. But, Georgia, can you really even congratulate them? Their quarterback, Stetson Bennett, do you want a congratulations? Is that what you want from me? 25 years old, this guy's worrying about. 25 years old, he's playing quarterback at the college football level, okay? 25, he's worried about how many points he could score against 19-year-olds, when in reality, the only score he needs to be worrying about is his fucking FICO score. It's ridiculous, man. Fucking get off the field and go start a family or something. I'm sorry. I don't even dislike the guy, to be honest. He honestly seems like a great guy, which sucks, too. You know what I'm saying? I just lost a bet. All right, I may or may not have lost a bet, if we're going to be honest here. That's why I don't like the Georgia guy. Whatever, okay? He seems like a great guy, too, if we're going to be honest with one another. And doesn't that suck? By the way, doesn't that suck when you want to hate somebody? Like, especially somebody famous, you're like, you just look at them and you're like, I fucking hate your face. I hate how your skull does it. You just find shit you don't like. You're like, I hate how your left earlobe hangs lower than your right. It's weird. And you just get so pent up out of aggression you just want to find shit to be mad about. And then you see in the news, this person you hate, they're like, oh, famous. Oh, this person just donated $1 million to childhood cancer. And you're like, that fucking son of a bitch. Good for the kids, though, but fuck him. Anyways, it's the second episode of the new year, which is exciting, obviously, for reasons that you can figure out on your own time. I don't really have time to explain it to you. And crazy enough, this new year, my ADHD has not gone away, which I thought it was this year. I sat there, man, and I was like, this is it. This is the year. This is the year, Ma. I'm not going to put my wallet in the microwave anymore, Mom. Dude, I thought this year was the year that my ADHD was going to go away. New Year's resolutions are so toxic. I thought it was going to get rid of a learning disability. I did. Dude, every single year, I fucking believe it, man. I'm like, you know what? My New Year's resolutions are like, don't forget shit. That was it. That was my New Year's resolution, was don't fucking forget shit. It's already happening again, man. It doesn't go away. When it doesn't matter what number is on, 20, 21, 22, 23. It doesn't matter what number you put after that 20. I'm going to have ADHD every single time, and that's unfortunate. And my anxiety is still around as well, I'm not even, just the other day, dude, I was getting groceries, and I'm like, why am I nervous in front of these cucumbers? And I was like, God damn it. Still here. Damn, still hanging out, man. Still hanging around. I thought it was going to go away. I did. I had a lot of faith in it this year. I looked at, I wrote it down in a journal, and I was like, I'm not going to have my ADHD. I was like, Ma, this year's the year. I was like, this is the year, Ma. I'm not going to have any more. I'm not going to forget my keys. I'm not going to have a panic attack when I answer an email. And I'm not going to leave a half-drank Gatorade in my closet for 3.5 weeks. There's been a Gatorade. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at that Gatorade. It's an orange Gatorade. It's a small bottle. It's not a large one. It's half of it's gone. It's and it's sitting on the second shelf in my closet. I haven't moved it in 3 weeks. And I know a lot of you are like, Anthony, just move it. Obviously, that's crossed my mind, but I have not. My room's a mess, by the way. Yesterday, I dumped on accident. I didn't even know I owned these beforehand. 100 plus. I didn't count them, obviously, but it's just, you look, when you look at something, you're like, there's probably 100 of them. That's what I did. I didn't count them because, anyways, there's 100. I didn't count them. I just, I did a quick survey of the area, and I was like, there's probably 100 there. So there's 100 thumbtacks on my floor. And I dumped them 1 a.m. last night, and I was like, oh my God, holy shit, right? Because I was already, leading up to this entire week, I'm just, a lot of shit going on. I'm hanging on by a thread already. I dump these thumbtacks. I go, no, right? You know, when you do some shit and you just gotta kind of sit there and stare at your wall. You gotta start listing off reasons in your head why you shouldn't jump out your window. You're just kind of sitting there and you're like, okay, no, that's fine. I have a great family. There's a roof over my right. You just start naming basic necessities. I have water. I have food. I have a good life. You know, you just start sitting there and you're like, no, everything's fine. It's okay. Anyways, it's been like 12 hours, 16 hours. I haven't picked up the thumbtacks, and I've stepped on about 8. They're all over my bedroom floor. I've stepped on about 8. The first 4, I was a little upset about. I was like, oh my God, right? I was angry. But the last 4 that I've stepped on, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of like I'm starting to come around to it. It's sort of just like free at home acupuncture. You know what I'm saying? People pay a lot of money for that, and I'm not even lying. I think there's still one stuck. I think one lodged itself all the way up into my foot right now, and I think it's still in there. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel the tension just relieving from my heels. I don't know if it's the tension or blood or whatever, but something's relieving itself from my foot, and I think it's positive. I mean, really, listen, when something bad happens, you got to make something good out of it, right? I mean, people would pay good money to just have thumbtacks thrown all over the floor. I mean, think about it. You just lay back down on it. I mean, that acupuncture shit, people pay a lot of money for it, you know? I mean, I got one of them, you know, I think I stepped on one, it shot up in the air, and I got one right in the back of my fucking neck, and I can't remember I can't remember the alphabet. But I don't have a headache anymore. So, you know, acupuncture, you know, it's nature's way of healing, you know. It is. It really is. I can't remember the 26 letters, but my head doesn't hurt anymore. So that's acupuncture for you, really. What is something I want to get off my chest? Oh, I'm not going to lie. Ever since last week's episode, remember when I was talking about, well, if you listened to last week's episode, if you didn't, whatever, I'll fill you in. I was talking about how, like, apparently there's a lot of touchiness stuff in your lobes, you know? Like if you rub someone lobes long enough, you could make them orgasm or whatever. And I'm not going to lie, ever since I said that, all I could think about for like the past like week since I recorded that episode was just some strong, aggressive but tender, like Russian woman, like 6'3", 6'4", larger than me, right? Could very easily pin me if I got out of hand one day. You know, if I was like, if I wanted to leave, she wouldn't let me, but in like a fun, loving, playful way, not in like a dangerous type. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in a cabin in the woods, and she's like aggressive but tender, and I just want her to just, you know, and I kept having dreams. I've had this dream like 4 times. I'm probably not supposed to be sharing this with you, but I figure I might as well. And I keep having this dream where there's just a like strong, burly, right? Burly but tender, right? Aggressive but soft. Russian woman. 6'4", 6'5", maybe. I don't know. You can't really gauge height in a dream. And she's just playing tug of war with my lobes, you know? Just her. Sometimes it's her and a friend, and they're just playing a little seesaw on my lobe. Just a little bit of like a little bit of lobe action. One's yanking one, one's yanking the other. You know, you're just playing a little tug of war with my lobes. And I've been waking up. I don't even know if in real life I would like that. I don't think I would, but in this dream, I'm really into it. And like I mean, clearly I am. My brain just keeps going back to it. It's been like 3-4 nights in a row, and my brain just keeps leading me back to this strong, burly yet tender Russian woman, right? Like, and like I said, like she's aggressive in the way that like she would never let me leave, but because she loves me, not because she's dangerous. No. I feel like I'm in a therapy session talking about like an abusive relationship I'm in. So, can you leave? No, I can't leave. Well, doesn't that scare you? Yes, but it's in a loving manner. It's because she loves me. It's because she loves me. She won't let me leave. Obviously. She's tied me to a chair from time to time, but then she tugs at my lobes and I forget all about it. Let's move on. I've been watching a lot of like classic movies recently because I feel like I need to see them all, you know? I never want to be in a conversation with somebody who's like, have you seen blank classic movie? And then I say no. And then I have to hear him scream in my ear about how I've never lived and I should, you know, fucking jump off the nearest bridge or something like that, you know? Some people who are into films, I just, you know, Sometimes they irritate the shit out of me. Like when they're like a little too into films, right? They'll name like a niche classic movie from like 1953, and they're like, "What? You never fucking saw it? How have you never seen it?" Because I've never seen it, and they're like in awe. They're like, have you just never had the opportunity? I'm like, no, I've just never fucking. I don't. If I have time to sit down and watch a movie, I really don't want to watch like some black and white movie from 1950 where, the entire plot is just this guy, verbally abusing his wife, and then at the end they like kiss. I'm all right. I don't need to watch that. But I've been watching a lot of classic movies. A lot of these classic movies too. For some reason, there's a lot of older movies where like the guy does a lot of woodwork. And I've been considering woodwork, dude. Like I'm not even lying. Like that's the one thing that would pull me out of comedy. I don't think it could, but like if anything were to, I think like woodwork. There's working on wood, just like building furniture in like Vermont. That could really get me. I was obviously talking about building furniture, not like woodwork, like like massaging just like strangers' cocks. That wouldn't pull me out of comedy. But you knew that though, obviously. I don't know why I clarified that. Obviously, when I said woodwork, you weren't like, "Oh, is he talking about giving hand jobs?" Is he talking about? Oh man, I wasn't talking about just lubing lumber, just really it's just, but no, seriously though, just like lumber, just being around wood. This is really just sounding like the beginning of a shitty porno, He loved wood all his life. This is a great. He could never get enough of wood. The splinters, the roughness. The veins running down an 8-inch cock. It just switches. It just switches. The craftsmanship. The pageantry. The penetration. What? What did you say? No. Shh. Daddy's here. Shh. Daddy's home. The pageantry of woodwork. The inevitable love of the lumber that parades through the forests, the deep forest, the bush. The bush that hides beneath the 10-inch lumber. Is this someone's like showing their friend the movie. They're like, "What is he talking about?" No, just watch. The 10-inch lumber then penetrates his ass. What are we here to watch, man? Anyways, I watched The Notebook, and he was into lumber. All right, in a normal way, like into the woodworking, in the woodworking type of way, obviously. And so lumber, I've been thinking about getting into woodwork. It was because I watched The Notebook, though. Which, by the way, hot take, I think I'm dead inside. We've talked about this before, but I truly do. I watched The Notebook, front to back, like fully immersed in it, AirPods in, I had the full effect, surround sound, everything was happening. It was right in front of my face. I saw the pull, the love, the yelling, the screaming, the breakup, the back together. I saw it all. I lived it all. And I didn't shed a fucking tear, man. I didn't cry. If I thought any movie was going to get me, it was going to be The Notebook. I watched the whole thing. It ended, and I was like, "Oh, that was good." And I just closed my laptop. Is there something wrong with me? I thought I was supposed to be bald. Every time I ever hear it, everybody's like, "The Notebook makes me sob." It just made me chill. It just made me sit there. I was like, "Oh, that's a good movie. I'm going to go to bed now." That was it. I watched La La Land too. Didn't do it to me, man. Great movie. Didn't do it to me. I don't know why I can't cry. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what will make me cry. I don't know, man. Maybe that's why I'm in comedy and I don't write like romantic novels, I don't even know how I would write a fucking romantic novel. I don't even know if I have that in me. My romantic novel would probably be like, "And she left and he was sad. And then she came back and he was glad. And they lived forever. That was it. That's my romantic novel by Kaz. That's it. Right? Maybe I'll throw in like some aggressive sex scenes because I feel like people like those, right? He threw off his dirtied lumber-ridden shirt, his dust-filled shirt with sandpaper and his sandpaper jeans and manly man boots, and his 12-pack abs glistened in the in the shimmering light. And she took off her blouse and her 96 Triple D honkers paraded around the room, and he could do nothing else but stare at those at those jungle gyms. It seemed as though, although they were two, it seemed as though they moved independently of one another, just as she moves independent from society, and he loves that about her because she's sexy and strong woman. I'm sorry, hold on. And then they made hard, aggressive, hot love in bathtub. And then she left because she loved other men. She thought so, but she knew not of what she did. She knew not what she's done. And then the man went to war for 18 years and then saw her getting into a cab in France. And he ran over and kissed her on the mouth. Hot on the mouth, super hot and wet. Super hot, wet, moist, kissy mouth lips. Super wet, drenching, moist. Slobber. They looked like two rogue Rottweilers in the wild, just foaming at the mouth. Just two crackheads looking for another hit. Just two crackheads rummaging through the streets of New York looking for a needle. Heroin addicts looking for that other needle, spitting on each other. Spitting. The cab driver started throwing up because they started just spitting all over each other, and then they lived in a farmhouse somewhere and made hot, fuckable love, and made hot, sexy, hot love and then they had children and they lived together forever. That's my romantic novel by Kaz. If anybody wants to take that plot, be my guest. But just, maybe throw me a few royalties if you use hot, sexy, moist, fuckable face, Last thing I want to talk about before we get into current events is I was thinking about those videos on TikTok, right? Where people are like, how much do you pay for rent? And they're like, $3,500, right? You've seen these videos, obviously. They're like, how much do you pay for rent? And they're like, $3,500. I have 8 roommates. And I'm a lawyer. And you're like, wow, okay, cool, man. And then like the guy's like, can you show me where you live? Can I see your address? Can I come to your house? And they're like, yeah, of course you can. You're on TikTok, right? You've seen these. You've seen what I'm talking about. And I understand now, because I've seen, there's like 2 guys that I feel are like cool people or whatever. Like I have no problem with it at all. And I watch the videos on occasion and I think they're cool, whatever. It's fun to see other people, how they live, things of that nature. That's cool, right? Especially living in big cities, especially New York. It's fun. But I don't know if I'm the only one who considered this, but how did this start? How did it start? Like now it makes sense. Absolutely. I understand it now. I understand how we got to understand how it's happening, right? People, most of the time when I see these videos, especially the most popular guy, I don't know his name, but I know his face if I've seen his videos, and he's in New York and he, goes to people's apartments, blah, 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 whatever. And him, I can understand it now because he's got a bunch of followers, and 95% of the videos that I've seen of his starts with the person going, oh my God, you're that guy on TikTok. Come to my fucking house. Like, let's have dinner. Because they know him. They've seen him on the internet. They know who he is. They think that he's fun, and they really want to show him his house. And they want. Amazing. How did it start? Because this guy had to go up to somebody on the street and go, put a camera in their face and go, how much do you pay for rent? Can I come to your home? Right? Random dude on the street. Half the time it's women walking alone on the street. Sometimes it's late at night. Scary. And this guy's just shoving a camera in her face, being like, can I come in your house? I want to look at your walls. I want to see where you live, you know? And that's just, I just don't understand how it started. Maybe I'm just cynical and I don't trust people like you guys do, right? Like maybe other people are just more trustworthy than I am. But if somebody, I'm just trying to think about it. If I were to right now, like let's say a couple years ago, right? Nobody's doing these kinds of videos whatsoever. It doesn't matter what. I see random girl on the street, run up to her, and I go, can you show me where you live? Pepper sprayed immediately. I would expect literally nothing less. If I ran up to some random girl downtown in the city, maybe, I don't know, fucking somewhere on Michigan Avenue, let's say in Chicago, and I go, hey, can I ask you something? Shoving a camera in her face. She's probably already annoyed, right? And I'm like, how much do you pay for rent? She's like, I don't want to tell you about that. I'm like, no, come on. How much do you pay? Come on. How much do you pay? She's like, I don't want to tell you about that. I'm like, come on. Where do you live? I'll follow you home, right? And I would expect if she didn't pepper spray me, kick me in the balls, and call the police, I would be worried about her. I would be worried about her. And so I'm just curious how this started is really it. I mean, I would imagine, like, when I see these videos, even though I've seen a million of them, and all they ever are is the guy goes, how much do you pay for rent? And they go, $4,500, right? Or some shit. I don't know, right? They're like, $4,500 I pay for rent. I pay $4,500. And they're like, oh, cool, man. Can you give me a tour right now? Can you show me where you live? And I put it on TikTok? Absolutely. That's all I've ever seen. But what I expect to happen every single time, no matter how many of these I see, is this. Hey, dude, what's up? How much do you pay for rent? What? How much do you pay for rent in New York City? I think it's like $3,500. I split it with a few roommates. That's fucking sick. Can I come to your house? What? No, can I come to your house? Like, check it out. Film the whole thing. Put it on TikTok. Maybe you give me dinner or something. No. What? No. You can't. I don't fucking know who you are. I'm on TikTok. I have like a bunch of followers. I don't care. I don't know you. But like look, followers. Me come in your house. No. No. But follower. I don't give a fuck. That's what I expect to happen. Then maybe the guy starts following them, and they're like, why are you following me? They call the police. This is what I expect. Maybe I'm cynical. I don't understand how these videos started. I don't understand. Where is this trust? Where is this trust? I see all these, especially especially when I see the women that don't know who this guy is and are just so inviting. What happened to kill all men? What happened to all men are dangerous? You're just inviting them into your home? Just because they have a blue check mark? What the fuck happened? What happened? What happened? What happened to this whole narrative? You guys spew it. Fuck men. I hate men. They're gross. Get them out of my face. They have a blue check mark, though, and you're showing them your fucking underwear drawer for TikTok. What's going on? I don't know what's happening. Do you know what's happening? I don't know what's happening. I'm confused. I've never been more confused. I thought I knew everything about the internet, okay? I don't even know what's going on anymore. I thought everybody was afraid of everyone, and what's happening? I don't know, man. It's confusing me. And I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not, encouraging the hate all men thing. Some guys are fun. I'm a good time. I'm fun. I'm a fun guy. I'm fun to hang out with. And you still hear it on the internet, right? And I see things all the time where people are like, if you're a woman and you're out late at night, carry pepper spray, I'll have a friend on the phone, whatever. Okay, absolutely. But apparently if some guy asks to see your home and he's got a blue check mark, door's open for you, sir. Hi, how are you? Welcome. What the fuck? I'm confused, okay? That's it. I'm just confused. Because, I mean, like, obviously, like I said, I understand how it works now. People know who these people are. They've seen them before. They know they do TikTok, right? There's like a few people, like I said, especially in New York, who do these videos. And people are like, oh, I've seen your videos. I like what you do. Please come into my home. No problem wrapping my head around that. That makes perfect sense. How the fuck did this guy start? How the fuck? I don't understand. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, believe that I could go outside right now, walk the streets of the city of Chicago, ask 50 people if I could come tour their home right now. 35 of them are going to tell me to get fucked. 10 of them are going to tell me that I need to be medicated. And the other 5, I feel like, are just going to be awkward and or pepper spray me or call the police. I don't believe I could get into anyone's home. I don't. I don't care how charismatic I am. I don't care how many good jokes I say. I don't think they're letting me in their house. I don't. I really don't. I don't know if it's because I don't have trust in others. Also, by the way, don't know if this is just me, but like if I were one of the people that they walked up to on the street, maybe that's just because I don't like to interact with random people. Like I'm not a big stranger guy, you know? I'm not like one to be like, "Hey, what's your name? Let's be friends." No, I'm okay. I have enough. I'm all right. Don't talk to me. You know, I'm not like one to see somebody in a coffee shop and be like, "You look cool. Let's hang out." No, absolutely not. I don't need anybody else filling up my schedule. I got plenty of friends. Please don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And so if somebody walked up to me on the street and was like, "Can I come tour your home?" I'd be like, "No. Absolutely no, you can't." Like no. Like I got a schedule in my head I got to keep, you know? And some people are going to look at this and they're going to hear this and you're going to be like, "Anthony, come on. Like you got to hang out with people. You got to invite them in your life. You got how you ever going to make new friends?" I don't really want any, you know? And it's like, "But what if this and that and that?" You know? I don't know. Even guys, or I mean, whatever fucking gender you are. I know I was talking about women just because of the whole part of the only reason I was talking about that is because of the whole, narrative online you hear. Well, we hate all men, blah, 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 carry pepper spray, they're all dangerous, blah, 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 right? And a lot of men are dangerous. I'm not saying they aren't, but, right? Let's flip it. All genders, all of them. I don't care what the fuck you identify as. Why were you just letting people into your home? Confused. I'm confused. That's it. We're done. We got to move on. I just don't understand. Don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. That's it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not done. I'm sorry. I'm not done. Like, you're just like, "Can I come into your home?" And you're like, "Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Come on. Come check it out." Now, there is one thing. This is actually what I want to finish on. There is one thing. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. The one guy that I've seen, I didn't know what he looked like for a while because normally it was just him. He was taking videos of people coming to their homes. One day, one of the people that he was with grabbed the camera and showed him. And he said something real quick. He was a pretty hot guy. And all I'm saying is if he wasn't a pretty hot guy, I don't think this would have ever worked. I don't think it would have ever worked. Because if he walked up to women on the street and was like, "Hey, can I see your home?" and he wasn't at least an 8.5, he's getting pepper sprayed. But he's sexy. He's hot. He's a hot dude. The one I saw, he's a hot dude. Had like a little stubble, fun haircut, beautiful jawline. I was like, Then I really started contemplating it in my mind. I was like, God, somebody looking like this walks up to me, asks me how much I pay for rent, and if he could come over. Listen, I don't swing that way, but I'll be like, "Hey, maybe we could be friends." Hey, you look good. Maybe you'll maybe you'll make me look better as well. How about we hang out a little bit? Maybe want to grab drinks, right? I'm inviting this guy to my home. I'm gonna let him right in. I'm not even gonna, Oh my God, dude, I would be a victim. Holy fuck. Did you just hear me? Did you just, I didn't even hear what I was saying. Oh, yeah, if they're hot enough, I don't care. They don't need to show me any credentials. They could just come right up. Victim. Victim. Right here. You're looking at him. Victim. That's what, unbelievable. I didn't even think, oh my God. Oh my God. I always thought about it in my head, right? You hear about these serial killers from the past, about how they were good looking and then they would lure women and then kill them. They would have lured me. I didn't even know it until right now. Fuck. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta watch it, man. No way. Fuck. Now that I'm really thinking about it, if there was a serial killer that looked like Chris Hemsworth, and he was like, hey, he's got his little accent happening, that stubble going on. I'm not even gay. He goes, want to get drinks? Fuck. I would get drinks. Fuck. Oh, God, man. Oh, man, I would so get lured. I would so get lured. Fuck. This is unbelievable. I gotta wrap my head around this. I'm sorry. Let me just sit with this. Let me just sit with my mistake that I haven't even, my hypothetical mistake. I need to sit with this. I just went home with a man and he killed me because he was beautiful. That's what I did. In my hypothetical little fairy tale, La La Land, if you will. I just hypothetically went home with a beautiful man and I'm not even gay. I just wanted to be friends and he killed me. Oh my God, this is crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. You gotta listen, be safe. Everybody carry pepper spray. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care how strong you are. Sexy men will lure you and kill you. This is the truth. Kill all men. I'm back on your side. I was leaning away from it and I'm back. I'm back. I'm now feminist cause. I'm a feminist queen now. I'm now feminist cause. This just happened so fast. This is literally out of left. Is this how it happens for everybody? Is this how it happens? I think this is how it happens for everybody. I'm now a feminist. I'm going to buy pepper spray. I can't trust. God, dude. Some, tall, maybe dark-haired man, blue eyes. Looks at me, goes, hey, man, do you like football? Fuck yeah, I do. Right? I'm like about to shed a tear. I'm like, I love football. Let's go watch a game at my place. I would love that. I'm dead because I am vulnerable. Because I saw beautiful looking man. If it was a woman, it would be even easier, right? Because I swing that way. If there was a woman, it would be even easier. She comes up to me. Hey, why don't you go to my apartment and watch some football? Right? First of all, I'd probably have a stroke because I'd be like, what a wild opening sentence. But if she was so beautiful, I'd be like, of course. Next thing you know, I'm dead. Guys, you got to watch yourself out there. You really do. Even if you think you can't be a victim, you can. That right person comes around, beautiful face, very charismatic, funny. Charismatic, funny. The whole shebang. Fuck. Damn, I could be a victim. That's crazy. Anyone could be a victim. That's the truth, too. That's the fucking truth, man. That's crazy. I didn't even think that was inside of me. Wow. I got a lot of thinking to do later. Let's do some current events. Wow. This is a lot to take in. Chris Hemsworth, Ryan Gosling looks at me. God damn it. Can I come see your house? Yo, can I come see where you live? Oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Come right in. Sees my address, knows my fucking pin pad, knows everything about me. Unbelievable. Anyways, all right, let's go to current events. I'm sorry. I got to get off this. I got to get off this. I got to get off that train. First thing, Gabrielle or Gabriella? No, there's an E at the end. Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade's wife, if you don't know. Dwayne Wade's a professional NBA basketball player. I know some of you may not know that. Just so you don't have to look anything up. Professional NBA basketball player's wife. Dwayne Wade's wife, Gabrielle Union. You got it. Says she felt entitled to cheat during her first marriage Because she paid all the bills. So, first of all, a lot to unpack here. Let's start at the beginning of my thought process. Dwayne Wade, only reason she's not cheating on him is because he, I guess, is the breadwinner because he's a multi-million-dollar NBA star. That's the only reason she's not cheating on Dwayne Wade right now. It's not because they have a family and she loves him. It's because he makes a lot of money. She said that on the record. On the record, she said that shit. Now, let's get into the fun part. The reason she cheated in her first marriage is because her husband was broke. And to that, I say, yas, queen. Independent feminist queen, you cheat on his broke ass. I mean, this is fuck equality. Fuck it. Fuck equality. Nobody should ever be equal. If your spouse is broke, you cheat. You deserve it. I'm sick and tired of this narrative that you need to love each other no matter what they do and no matter how much money they make. You should love them for them. Bullshit. If they're broke, you fuck other hoes. And this is what I've been trying to get through your guys' head. All of you. You watch The Notebook, La La Land. You watch these beautiful romantic movies. But what you don't consider is what if your spouse, what if the love of your life is broke? You cheat, obviously. That's the only, you don't, it's not that you love them for them and you don't care about money and you just love spending time together. No. You cheat because they're broke. You cheat because you make more money. You know what I'm saying? And the women are doing it now. This is good. This is good. If men did it in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s, men were doing that. They were making a bunch of money, right? All these guys on Wall Street, they had all this money and their wife wasn't making money, so they deserved to fuck hookers. Unpaid time. Absolutely. They deserved it, or so they thought, but they're scum because they're men. And they're disgusting and gross, and they should all die. But now, women. Feminist queen, Gabrielle Union, was fucking other men and cheating on her husband because he was broke. Men do it, they should be slaughtered. Women do it, feminist queen. And her husband, feminist ally, because he let it happen. He's not a cuck. He's a feminist ally. He's not a cuck. And he's not in an unfortunate scenario. He's a feminist ally. And that's the truth. Listen, I don't care what Tucker Carlson has to say. I don't care what CNN has to say. I don't care what news outlet, left, right, middle wing, up wing, down wing, the left wing, whatever, man. The front wing, the back wing. I don't care what wing speaks about this. She's a feminist queen. She deserved to fuck anyone she would. You're telling me that her husband just stayed at home and just hung out? And you expect her to not cheat? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I just don't understand. Really, I don't understand why. In the future, I have a wife. Let's say I'm making more money. I would never, ever cheat because that's gross. I'm a man. That's disgusting. Ugh. It's gross. Ew. Ugh. Ugh. Disgusting. Never. And I should be hung if I do. I absolutely believe that. Chop my head off and feed it to the wolves if I cheated on my future hypothetical wife. But if I were in a relationship where my wife was just making fucking bizarre dollars and she cheats on me, I'm going to be at her feet fucking worshiping her, kissing her toes, sucking whatever she wants me to suck, and watching her fuck other men because I'm a feminist ally. And that is fuck. Fuck. You couldn't hold it to laugh? Fuck. I lasted so long. That was like my longest bit without a laugh. Fuck. That was so good. Fuck. That was my longest shit. Everybody pretend like I didn't laugh. And that's why in 2023, if you are in a hetero, straight relationship, okay, and you're a man and your wife makes more money, I need you at her feet, bowing to her like she is the Lord, like she is God, like she is the Messiah, because she is doing charity work, supporting your broke ass, okay? Congratulations. You went to school for something you love and you play music, but she does real estate and fucks other dudes because she deserves it. She deserves it. Just like Gabrielle Union said, she deserved it. She deserved it. She's the breadwinner. That's it. That's the only qualification you need. Breadwinner and woman, of course. Man, electric chair. Insane, right? Imagine letting men cheat. Electric chair, right? Letting women cheat. Feminist queen. Yes. And you better let your wife fuck other dudes in front of you. Otherwise, you don't believe in progress. Otherwise, you're a bigot. Just like everybody in the past. I can't do this anymore. Yeah. I can't fucking do it, man. Oh, God. How many people do you think when I post that clip on TikTok are going to think I'm serious? Like 10%? God, man. God. I can't wait for those comments. Right? They're going to be in the comment section like, talk about double standard. Thinking they're like the only smart ones in the comment section. Hey, listen, this goes out to, I know they're not listening because obviously if they're listening, they're not idiots and they understand satire like all you guys, obviously. That's what I love about you guys, by the way. The only messages I get from people are people that see a clip and don't actually like listen to the show like regularly. Like they just see a clip on TikTok and then they think they know everything about me. And they're like, you're a bigoted piece of shit, racist fucking cuck bag, as if I don't fucking come on here every week and talk about progress. But they don't know that, obviously. You guys, everyone that listens, that's what I love so much about you guys is that all of you that listen fully understand satire because you're not fucking stupid, okay? But people on the internet are. And that's the problem, is that they're stupid. And they come in my DMs, and I've told you this before, and they're like, I can't believe it, right? They're like, double standard, you scum, you're terrible, A lot of times, too, they think I'm serious, and then they're like, this is what pronouns are doing to America, and I'm like, I'm not even sure, like sometimes I want to hear their argument out, but sometimes it doesn't even it doesn't even string together into an actual like formable, cohesive argument. Like it's just. They're like, they DM me. They're like, you're what's wrong with pronouns and they're like, you're what's wrong with pronouns and social media. I'm like, how did you correlate that? I've gotten DMs where people have correlated wild shit. I've had people correlate me wearing like a tight shirt, which by the way, that tight shirt that I wore, I might have broken this one before. I don't know. It was 2 times this happened. One time I was wearing a tight shirt just because it was an undershirt and I didn't feel like I just had it on and I filmed a podcast and I was like, nobody's going to care because this is silly. And then the other time it was merch and the company that I was working with at the time sent me the wrong side, but I still wanted to promote it. So I was wearing it during the podcast. And then I had people reach out to me and they were like, they're like, you're wearing that tight shirt that you probably got from some little boy that you messaged. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're like, you wear that tight shirt because you took the vaccine and you're asking little boys pronouns and that's why you wear a schmedium. I'm like, what the fuck? What? God damn. The news doesn't have to be your only outlet of education. You could do other things. Like, fuck. Speaking of the news, too. Not speaking of the news. Speaking of education. Educating yourselves. You got to educate. Educate. EDUCATED. Educate. Wasn't there a commercial? Education online. Oh my God, what is that? What was that for, like Phoenix Online School of Education? How hard do you think it is to get into Phoenix? I'm gonna be a Phoenix one day. Nah, I'm just kidding. I would never. Could you imagine? You know what's weird? I don't know. I'm thinking about going back to school at like 35, maybe 30. You know? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. I'll let you know when the time comes in 10 years. Because I want to do comedy. 10 years, make a great career, right? Maybe get into acting eventually. And then maybe we go back to school, right? Maybe get like an English degree or something. You know, I could use one for sure. I could use any help in the English language, of course. Oh, man. I've been reading a lot of books, though. That's what I want to say. That's the only New Year's resolution that I've really been tackling. But anyways, damn it, Anthony forgot what he was going to say, didn't he? Think about it, Anthony. Think about it. Come on. Put it together. Put it together forever. Put it together. Put it in your brain. Come on. Figure it out. Toss and turn it. You got a whole salad up there. What do we got? We got a whole salad. We got a side dish. We got a salad. We got a side dish. We got a side dish of mac and cheese as well. We got a whole salad up there. Toss it, turn it. I'm tossing it. I see it. What do I see? Cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, maybe a little banana peppers just for fun, just for a little spice, a little added flavor. Little Italian dressing, maybe a little olive oil, vinegar, seasoning. Maybe it's a little bit too much. Let's pull the olive oil and vinegar out of it. Just the Italian little seasoning. Maybe a little bit of breadcrumbs. Why not? We're not gluten-free, right? Don't be gluten-free. Live your life. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're not gluten-free. We're here to live it. Okay. Bam. No gluten-free. A little bit of breadcrumbs. Get a little crazy. Wheat-filled. What was I thinking about? I'm not going to lie. I was using that image in my head to try and find what I was thinking of, and now I'm just thinking about food. Fuck. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. Anyways, let's move on. Next thing in current events. Scientists said that they want to use people as antennas to power 6G. No, I'm okay. Please don't. 6G. 6G. Now a G6? You want to ride that shit like a G6? Fucking I'm right there. I'll sign any papers to make that happen. Like a G6, like a G6. I'm feeling so fly. Like a G6. Dude. G6, make it happen. Ride that dick like a G6. Absolutely make it happen. I'm there. 6G? They want to use me as an antenna? An antenna. We could read the article. Sure we could. We're not gonna. We are. We're gonna read it. I changed my mind. We're going to read it. I don't think I have it pulled up, but I'll look it up because I wasn't planning on reading it. Here we go. The future of 6G telecommunications could come from visible light communication. Researchers at the University of Massachusetts Amherst believe using humans as part of the antenna system offers the most efficient way to harvest waste energy. Somebody kill the people at University of Massachusetts Amherst, okay? In the process, humans could wear coiled copper. We don't know yet exactly how 6G wireless technology is going to work, but researchers blah, 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 blah. Here's some background on 6G. A refresher, 5G is what is considered the fifth and most recent generation of cellular broadband networks. It is still in its infancy. True 5G networks operate at millimeter wave frequencies, blah, 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 blah. We know 5G, that's still in the towers, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Anyways, the bottom line here is that in the new study, the UMass Amherst scientists found that humans can play a crucial role in making VLC more efficient, which is whatever they call part of 6G, by using their bodies as a carrier for coiled copper to catch waste energy from VLC. Now is this creative cancer? Is it? That's what it sounds like. Oh, this is fun. The downside of the 6G comes from a high rate of leakage, what they were talking about, the waste, of energy with the emitting of side channel radio wave signals. The researchers believe that if they can harvest the wasted radio frequency energy, they can put it to good use by powering small electronic devices. Oh, so this is great. This is actually amazing. So all the energy that 6G is going to waste, that would be horrible. We're just throwing it out there. That's terrible. Instead, let's all implant copper into our bodies so that we could charge our iPhones while they're in our pockets. And then we all die at 37 from a rare form of a tumor. This is great. I love science and the internet and the universe. I think this is actually amazing. Hot take. I think this is great. I think we should speed up the process and make this happen as soon as possible. I can't wait. I'm waiting for Elon Musk to knock on my door, threaten me with a gun, and put a chip in my head. I am begging for that day. I'm begging for it, man. Every day I wake up, I hope Elon Musk knocks on that door, puts a gun to my head, and says, "We're putting this chip in you, or we'll kill you." I can't wait. That's going to be my favorite day ever. This is going to be my favorite day of my life. I'm going to tell my grandchildren, well, I'll probably have to write it down because this is obviously, and somebody's going to have to give it to them because I probably won't be able to tell them because I'm going to have, we're all going to have electric current running through our body, charging our iPhones, giving us cancer and chips in our brain. So I'm probably going to have to write it down. Well, then probably, the final one world government is probably going to burn it. And my grandchildren probably will never know about it. But in spirit, they will know, right? Because everything will be better when we all have microchips and copper and we could charge our iPhones through our assholes and nobody knows what's going on and we all live in fear and there's one world government and nobody has guns except for the government because they know how to use them. You don't know how to use a gun. The government does. The government has all the guns. The one world government, the one world government is running everything. Biden's in his 86th term, and everything, it's awesome. It's awesome, man. Only 1 billion people are left because World War VIII killed the rest. And it's just so beautiful, right? We're going to live in like this fun little like post-nuclear aesthetic, right? It's going to be so cool. We're going to be like living in like a post-apocalyptic nuclear war. It's going to be like this so aesthetic vibes. So Pinterest, dude, I can't wait for Pinterest post World War IX. God, that's going to be a good app. I might invest now, And listen, guys, if you haven't invested in Pinterest yet or Visco, you better invest now because I'm telling you, World War IV happens and those battlefield Viscos are going to go through the ceiling. Everybody's going to have an NFT. Bitcoin is going to be the only currency. And the only way to store it is in the chip that Elon put in your head. And like the only way that someone could steal your money is by killing you and ripping the chip out of your head. And everybody's just safer because there's one government and everybody loves each other. But if you don't love somebody else, they kill you. So it just works out great. And there's no arguments anymore because if you do, they kill you. And there's no hate in the world because if you hate, they kill you. And there's no disagreements because if you disagree, they kill you. And I just can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. And I think, honestly, 6G is the beginning of it all, is the beginning of what may call the end, but I like to call it the beginning of new possibilities. Alrighty. Let's keep rolling. What do we got here? Next up in current events, Alabama woman who joined ISIS is hoping to be allowed back into the United States. No. No. A woman who left Alabama to join ISIS says she felt broken after she was stripped of her U.S. citizenship. Was she shocked? She joined a terrorist organization. I mean, what? She left America at the age of 20 to join the terrorist group in ISIS in Syria. Now, some people who are older listening to this are going to be like, she's a young kid. She didn't know any better. I'm 20 right now. Not once have I considered joining ISIS. Not even once. There wasn't even like a bad day where I was like, maybe they got some good ideas. Like, I wasn't like, there wasn't even one moment in my life where I was like, let's hear them out, guys. Like, come on. Like, let's hear them out, man. You know? I mean, also, this just made me realize, like, doesn't the Taliban have a Twitter account? There was actually something I saw. Apparently, the Taliban held, like, a meeting for, or like something about, oh, this is good. Taliban hold Twitter Andrew Tate thing. I know I saw this. Here we go. This is just beautiful. Taliban reportedly worried about Andrew Tate after arrest. I didn't bring up the Andrew Tate arrest because I didn't really fucking care at all. But thing about the Andrew Tate arrest that I found so funny is that the people that are still defending him, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't believe a word that comes out of his fucking mouth. Be dead honest with you. That's not because the internet told me to think that way. I've just looked at him. A lot of the clips I've seen of him, he sounds like an ignorant piece of shit, so I don't like him. That's just my opinion. I don't give a fuck what you think. Anyways, he got arrested for like trafficking humans, human trafficking, rape allegations, things of that nature, right? And then he got out, right? They let him post bail, or he got out, right? And then he gets on Twitter, and he's like, the Matrix sent their agents. A lot of people who follow him, right? They're like, oh my God, they're coming for you. Stay safe, blah, 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 blah. Hear me out. If the Taliban are worried for an individual, does that not immediately raise 197 red flags in your mind? Taliban, they've killed innocent children, innocent people. The Taliban go, hey, that, right? They don't give a fuck about anybody. They will kill anybody. And they go, but that guy, we love that guy. That throws so many red flags in my head, it's not even funny. So many problems with that. So many problems with that statement. Why the fuck does the Taliban like him? Why? That should cause concernment. Also, why does the Taliban still have a Twitter? Can we? I was getting to that. They still have a Twitter. I remember when I brought it up a while ago and I said, when Donald Trump, they kicked him off Twitter, right? And I don't really give a fuck if the guy's on Twitter or not. Although I will say, he says outlandish, inappropriate shit. And it is funny. That's it. It's funny. I don't care if you don't like him. It's fucking hilarious. A former president. It was even funnier when he was president because he was the legit president. Like literally spam posting like I would. Right? Well, I wouldn't say what he was saying, but, but spam posting like I would, just like fucking rocked at 3 a.m. just sitting in my bed. Right? I'm just posting like the most random shit. I'm sitting there. I'm like, the Matrix sent eels to kill us or whatever, I'm like, there's ketamine and Honey Nut Cheerios. Like, I'm just, right? Like, that's how his Twitter looked like. That's exactly what it looked like. His Twitter looked like me going through a psychotic break. I'm like, the Smurf is in my closet. He wants he's willing to castrate me for money. Like, Papa Smurf's in my closet willing to castrate me for money. Like, all these, like, this is the kind of behavior that I would have on a psychotic break. And he was just doing it every day. And that's fucking funny, man. And then they took him off Twitter, whatever. Now I'm sitting here, okay, and I'm just thinking about how the Taliban still have a Twitter. Like, I guess the reason they have a Twitter is because they haven't broken any Twitter guidelines. Now, morally, have they broken moral guidelines? You could argue. You could argue that. No. You could argue that. You could argue that they've broken moral guidelines and maybe federal laws. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. One could argue that, though. But they haven't broken any Twitter guidelines, right? I mean, so now that I'm thinking about it, you have to leave them on Twitter. Because if you take them off Twitter, that's rude. It's rude. If you take them off Twitter, that's rude. Because they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything on Twitter to get knocked off, right? I mean, what did they do? They just fucking, I mean, I guess the reason I'm thinking they shouldn't have a Twitter account is because they just like kill innocent people. Their only thought is about money. They're only concerned about profiting themselves and not about anything else. And actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, the U.S. government probably shouldn't be on Twitter either if that's if we're going by those rules. Yeah, they just, they start war. They started a war because of, they wanted oil and, they invade places because they want money. And I just start rattling off like bad things the U.S. government's done. The U.S. government has never killed innocent people. They never have. The U.S. government has never killed innocent people ever. Ever. Obviously, everybody that was in Hiroshima that day was a soldier, obviously, and the U.S. would never kill innocent people. That's ridiculous. And the U.S. is the greatest country in the world because we never do anything wrong. and we're all super nice, and we're super friendly, and we love everybody. Please come to our country, please, but don't come through the southern borders. They don't like you. They don't like anybody unless they don't like you unless you look like they're their cousin, okay? Oh, man. I am going to piss my pants. That's the truth. On God, for real. So I'm going to go not piss my pants, and I'm going to let you go on your merry way today. Thank you for joining me. Please share. Share, friends, family, everybody you know. Your grandma would love this. She would. Graham would love this. I don't care if she's senile and got dementia. She'll love it. She'll love it. Tell your grandma about me. Tell her. Put my face on a poster. Maybe a reminder of a old high school lover back in 1932. And she's like, that boy. He reminds me of Paul. Wonderful. Whatever. As long as you keep her on that fucking screen on YouTube and you run that retention rate through the ceiling. That's all I ask. That's all I fucking ask. So, to all of you and to anyone's possibly sexy grandma listening, kisses and love. Hugs and kisses, handshakes. Hugs, kisses, handshakes, all the above. Like I said, rate, review, share. I'm going to be working very soon on merch because I know you guys want that. A lot of you have been on my absolute cock. Well, not on my cock, but more on my Instagram DMs, but it's really the same thing. Saying you want this is merch, this saying, listen, I am 2021. I will be, what the fuck? Sorry, wow. All right, time to go take the Adderall. So I'm going to go do that. 2023, new merch coming very soon. I'll keep you updated. All good things, all good vibes. I fucking love this episode. I didn't even edit it yet. I know I fucking dick slapped this shit out of the park. I'm not even gonna listen. I know we like to be humble around here, but I cranked this fucker out of the fucking ballpark. I fucking wound my cock up and I send this fucking 450 deep right down dead center. And then as I'm running the bases, I fucking made out with the third base ump. I made out with the third base umpire. No consent. No verbal consent. The eyes told me everything I needed to, though, and we made out. I made out with the ump on third base, and then I fucking ran home. Ran to home plate, touched it, And then I looked back at the ump and I said, call me, baby. And I smacked his ass. Yeah. So anyways, if you're not already subscribed or whatever, I know this is a long outro, but if you're not subscribed, go do it because this is the best podcast on the fucking internet. You're not going to get better comedy anywhere else. That's the truth. You're not going to get any more real than this. You're not going to get any more real than this. So anyways, we end every episode like we always do, 2 claps and Ric Flair. So can I get 2 fucking claps? And I want you to fucking do them, okay? Because I know a lot of you just listen. And that's a bunch of bullshit. So I'm going to need 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Or I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. I don't care if you're driving. I don't care if you're on the highway. I don't care if you let go of the wheel, you're going to hit a fucking child riding a bicycle. Fuck that kid. He's a piece of shit for even being in your way. So when I say this, if I don't fucking feel the fucking vibration from you, if I don't feel you fucking smack those fucking hands together and hit a woo like you've never wooed before, I'm going to fucking find you. And that's a direct threat. So here we go. Can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair? Woo! See you next week, bitch!